Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing something that I do on my own anyways, but I'm kind of where I make a family and then make their house based on the family, and I try to come up with like stories and stuff to make the house more interesting to build, because I feel like it's more boring if you're like, oh, let me just build a house for nobody and it's just like a generic house, but you can make it more personalized this way. So this is this family. I called this my basic suburban mom family. So yeah. So the mom, she, I feel like, is like a Karen. I named her Susan, kind of in reference to little Simsy. She always talked about Susans and how Susans ruined her life. So I was like, perfect name for this woman, because I feel like she's kind of a bit of a life ruiner herself. So this is Susan. I feel like she would have some kind of office job or something, or she'd be a stay-at-home mom that like decorates her house and like has a mom blog and all this stuff. She just looks like that type. And then her husband, on the other hand, is very relaxed, which I feel like happens a lot. We have like the crazy, there's hair in my eyeball. We have like the crazy mom, and then, you know, the chill dad, or the other way around. Like, or they're both crazy. Like, I'm not saying that can't happen, but it's not as common. So he's more chill, laid back, likes to hang out, you know, typical dad, watch sports, you know, stuff like that. And then we have our two kids. The oldest kid, his name is Kyle. Not Kyle, no, his name is Riley. Riley is like a typical kind of teenager. He likes to make messes. He's very lazy. Doesn't really care about much. Doesn't really care about school that much. He likes to play video games. That's why I gave him, you'll see later when I make his room, I gave him a little laptop, and, you know, that's his thing. And then he is not like a popular kid. I kind of see him as like a skater, stoner kid, to be honest. I don't know, he just gives me out those vibes where he's not really popular, but he's kind of just there, which is kind of like how I was in high school. I had like two friends, and I don't know, I wasn't really part of a group. I didn't do any extracurricular. I was just kind of there and left. Like, I didn't really have a purpose per se. But yeah, and then they have two pets. They have a dog, a golden doodle, or a labradoodle, which is like every basic person. I work at a vet hospital, and the amount of freaking golden doodles and labradoodles, bernedoodles, freaking sheepadoodles, shepherd doodles that I see on a daily basis is ridiculous. So I was like, this is the most basic dog I can give them. So that's what I did. And then they have a black and white cat named Pickles. Pickles, for some reason, is a very common cat name. So I was just trying to like give the most common cat name, and their labradoodle, his name is Bella. At my work, that is our most hated dog name because it is so overused. It is literally so basic. And I was like, perfect. And then I forgot to say this, they have a younger kid that I feel like they forget about, because I feel like he's a bit of a nerd, or like creative nerd, if that makes sense. I don't know. I feel like he'd be the kid that's just like, I want to watch Harry Potter and like, you know, draw or something. I don't know. He just gives me like that kind of vibe. And his name is Xander. I don't know. I randomized it and I was like, I like that. I used to have a friend named Xander, and I don't know. I just think it's a cool name. So, but I feel like he is kind of like to himself. I feel like the mom babies Kyle a lot because he's extremely lazy, and I just feel like the mom is always worried about him all of the time and not really worried about Xander. That's why Kyle gets away with everything. I feel like he's a bit of a, you know, how do I say this nicely without being mean? He's a bit of an asshole. And I don't know, because he can just do what he wants. And then Xander's like the good kid who cleans up and, you know, does everything, whatever. But I don't know, that's just my personal thing. So as for their house, I was going to give them a basic suburban, like, 2-story house, beige with, you know, stone. And I was like, I don't really feel like building that right now. It was like 11 o'clock at night when I built this. So I gave them a 1-story, like, farmhousey type house, where, like, I had, you know, I don't know, there was beige, but it was more like farmhousey, a lot of white, dark flooring, modern-ish. The bathrooms are next to each other that you'll see or I've already saw, it really bothers me. They're literally like on the other side of the wall from each other. But like, as far as how I made the floor pan, yeah, because that makes sense. When I made the floor plan, I did not consider that, you know, that was a thing until after I already did it, and then, you know, I was kind of screwed. So it just, you know, it just happens that way. I'm just looking now, because I don't know what I'm doing, actually. Sorry, I got distracted. But, so that's the family. Their backyard's extremely small because I picked the small lot. I don't know, I just feel like they're a family that thinks they have a lot of money but don't. Like, I feel like they would have credit card debt and just, like, it's a nice house, but their yard's pretty small. They have, like, a hot tub. They have a little sitting area with a fire pit, and that's really about it. I didn't want to give them a pool. I just feel like that's just, you know, I just feel like they think they're rich, but they're really not. But they don't want anybody to know that because, you know, they have this ego. Well, Susan has this ego, and she just doesn't want people to know that she's actually broke. So, as you know, some people, I'm one of those people that I know I'm broke, and I will tell you that I'm broke. Like, I'm not like, oh, I can go to, like, I don't know what's an expensive store, like Louis Vuitton, and I'll buy a bag and then be broke for like 2 weeks. Like, I'm broke now, but like, I'm not gonna pretend that I'm not. Like, if I can't afford something, I will tell you. Like, if you want to do something, I'm just like, hey, I don't have the money. Can we go to like somewhere cheap? But, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. I get all my clothes from Ross and Marshalls and Target. Target's actually getting pretty expensive. So is Walmart, and I'm kind of salty. But yeah, guys, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the house and the family. I will try to do these more often. And yeah, so I'll see you guys the next time I make my next video. Goodbye.